And so it begins. We have just been dropped off by Si, and we are up at Cape Naturalist as we begin the Cape to Cape. Are we excited? I think Brian's still waking up. As you saw earlier, Mount Duckworth is actually the first campsite, but that's such a short distance from the start of the track. We overshot that and wild camped in between Mount Duckworth and Moses Rock. Now, when doing any wild camping, it's really, really important to leave no trace. So make sure you take your rubbish with you, make sure you clean up after you, you're not damaging bushland, you know the drill. So we stopped somewhere in between those two so that we could even out the distances that we were doing per day. So just about to start off on our second day of hiking. We all slept really well last night, and we are all feeling our muscles get that beautiful warm fuzzy feeling the day after the first time you've put them back to work. Yeah, you haven't got enough hair for dreadlocks, what are you talking about? So what did we learn on our first night? The air mattresses are longer than the tent, but we made them work by folding over the pillows onto themselves, so that was fine. Any words of wisdom, Dad? Yep, we definitely don't need as many munchies. It wasn't that crazy. Also, check your distances between camps to make sure that you're carrying enough water, because they're not all evenly spaced. Like the Bibbulmun is actually really well sort of sectioned out that you can really know where your water's going to be and everything. Probably just be a little bit careful of that. And yeah, sunblock. Even on the tops of your hands. Hey, Bub's pulled out my fingerless gloves today just to make sure that the tops of hands are ultra protected. The other thing was hats at Windy, Western Australia, WA. We haven't had to retrieve Bub's hat yet, but her and I have been alternating because the akubras touch the back of the backpacks and they annoy the person wearing them. So yeah, just remember that Windy, maybe something that can clip on under your chin, or be ultra careful, because if it goes out there, you're not getting it back. All right, onward we go. Are we ready? We enjoyed dinner, we've eaten our brekkie, and we're on the trail again. Let's see if we're still smiling after day 2.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.
Something I forgot to mention is Brianne has outgrown her hiking shirt as well. Luckily we have another one with us, don't we, Dar? So this one will die with the Cape to Cape as a memory. Forever growing, our beautiful girl. She may only be 12, hey Dad, but I don't know what we feed her. Let me tell you, look at this view. Amazing. Oh, Absolutely amazing.
We're meant to be.
And we have actually just walked through a beautiful overgrown, like as in you're walking in like a tunnel of these beautiful, what are they, Dale? The Western black, yeah, just amazing.
Western black tea tree.
If we've got that wrong. Yep, Western black tea trees. I mean, this is why you do these hikes. Just beautiful.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth of
So for those of you that were goats in a former life, you'll fit in really well to parts of the track. But it's all worth it.
you and me.
More sand. What's with the sand? Too funny. One of Miss B's favourite movies used to be Hotel Transylvania. And then we went to Transylvania. That was pretty cool. That's another story. Onward we go.
Meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Some of the wooden posts that you'll find predominantly in the northern section of the hike, whatever adhesive they use to stick the track markers on the wooden posts, you can see them on the ground around the wooden posts. So really pay attention to where those wooden posts are. You know where the ocean is, you know what direction you're basically heading, so you can generally work out where you need to go.
And there was this guy that every signpost that he saw, he sang a song like, I saw the sign and I opened up my eyes and I feel happy now.
It was pretty cool.
It was so
The
cool.
amount of hikers that you'll meet along the way and their funny ways of handling long distance hiking
Every sign he saw.
made it far more enjoyable. So this is day 2's dinner. See how lovely and refreshed we all look after our nana nap. So we're having a go at cooking one of the dehydrated meals. So that is chow mein. We've just put it in with some water for probably the last 10 minutes, and we're going to cook it on the Furno 360. As you can see, Brett has marked the side because we're carrying 2 canisters at the same time. This is a great time to tell you too, we put all our cutlery into an old airline bag, but any bag will do. Just yeah, there you go, an Emirates bag. Just because it's easy to identify, so that you know what's what in your pack. So we're all feeling very tired today, aren't we, darling? What did we learn today? Sun, water. Must have a lot more of it than you even think that you're going to need. Today's day 2, definitely we were shorter than we would have normally liked with water. So very fortunate to have met some lovely people who did some top-ups of water bottles and made sure that we were really hydrated for our walk. Not that we wouldn't have made it, but you know, you take water seriously. So yes, and that is the finished product. So we ended up having to set it for a little bit to soak and absorb before heating, but yeah, absolutely babu. As we start day 3, we're all feeling pretty good really, and look at this, yeah, we're feeling great, and look at this gorgeous scenery. Water yesterday was a bit of an issue, which I mentioned, so anyone doing that, day 2, if you're going north to south, make sure you're carrying that water on you. I mean, I know it's heavy, don't get me wrong, but yep, we are heading to Gracetown today, and a beer, oh my god, and an orange juice, and an apple cider. Oh my god, this is inspiring us for greater movement. Go to infinity. So beautiful. Honestly, while I remember, a hiking stick, absolutely invaluable for Miss B and I. Fly nets, I haven't put mine on yet. Brown's chose to wear hers today, but not necessity, obviously. And hat, most definite. Sunblock is pretty obvious. But just thinking of things that would make your hike more enjoyable, particularly if you're taking kids. She has handled this like a trooper. We had a problem with the backpack rubbing under her lower back. I'd taken a cool towel, you know, one of the sports towels that you wet and you can keep yourself cool with. We've folded that up nicely, no more problems. So she's not actually wearing her pack. Brett's wearing her pack because it was a bigger pack. We could fit more in it. So that's why we weren't aware how she would go with her pack. So just thinking as I'm walking, ways in which you could improve it for other families who want to hit the Cape to Cape. Those not familiar with beach walking, softer sand up the dunes, harder sand by the water. If you're doing any more than 100 or 200 meters, you want to be as close to the water as possible because the sand will be harder. It's also harder in summer than in winter. Watching your tides on the last day if you're heading north to south is really important. A lot of beach walking. So you want that tide out so that it's more enjoyable. Walking in pairs or more. Person who walks behind, if you're walking in footsteps, sand more compacted. All ways to make your hike a little bit more enjoyable. Who needs a stairmaster? Oh, if it's not the beach and the sand dunes, it's the log stairs. And the flies are getting more intense. This little guy is known as a shingleback or a bobtail, but a blue-tongued lizard, and if he stuck his tongue out, you'll get a spectacular show of how he gets that name. Isn't he beautiful? Just minding himself, minding his own business on the side of the track. And we haven't seen a lot of wildlife, so good morning, young man or lady.
From up here,
Looks like a camel's been down here.
we can sit.
Pretty big one too. Look at this spectacular scenery. Just amazing.
Meant to be.
To being a goat again as we make our way down the trail towards my beer and cider.
And orange juice!
Yay! So we've hit Gracetown and this is our version of a Chinese laundry. There's outdoor showers as you're around the top of the car park. So we've just had a shower, washed our hair and washed our clothes after we got changed into our new clothes, obviously. And on our way to find that beer. One thing I will say too, in the time it took me to wash myself, that quick dry shirt there is dry. Unbelievable. That is the benefit of buying the right gear when you go hiking and camping. So we are all refreshed, as you can see, new clothes. Woohoo! Everybody's pumped. Yay, Daddy, go Dad. And we're just hooking back up to the trail after getting some water from the tennis club in Gracetown. Thanks guys. And met up with a lovely dad and son doing the trek, which we met last night at our last camp. And yeah, just did some washing. Woo! Washed our hair and feeling
My nails all clean.
Our nails are clean, oh my god. And really loving our third day on the trek. So we're just smashing out another 7 Ks. And then we'll hit our camp for tonight. And everything is great. So yoo-hoo, bring on Cape to Cape. Continues.
Yeah.
How hard is this? I mean, you know, day 3, the muscles are warming up. We are at least 3 ciders down. We're smelling the beautiful fresh air, the ocean breeze. What isn't there loved about the Cape to Cape?
We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be.
So as we head off on day 4, we are all feeling pretty good today. The muscles have grown used to the idea that we're going to get them doing this every day. And we left behind 2 Aussies, an Italian and a father and son duo from Western Australia. And we're heading from Ellensbrook camp to Preveli. We'll probably overshoot Preveli, but we're aiming to Preveli because apparently it's quite an interesting, very varied trek from between here and there. So we'll get there and then we'll make our decision. But lots of different landscapes today. So from rocks and sand and blah blah blah. And Miss B is absolutely crushing it. Yeah, still waking up though, because we've set off at our earliest yet today. So our pack up's getting better, our routine for breakfast is getting better. Oh, she loves it. She loves it. It was a little bit colder this morning, but we're expecting 2 hot days. So we've gotten going a lot earlier, just so we can make the most of the cooler temp before the sun comes up. So let's see how we go today. Ground surfaces that you're walking on change constantly, particularly on day 4. So north to south hike. So yeah, really make sure that you bring suitable footwear that supports your ankles in particular, because there is a lot of foot knee injuries on this track. We've met at least 3 people already. So yeah, just make sure suitable footwear and take your time. There's no rush, because it's very easy to roll an ankle or, you know, do a knee, and then that ruins your entire hike. So this is where the Margaret River crossing happens. So depending on the time of year that you come, you'll be diverted at that point back there, at this point back here. You'll be diverted up right around this section. So you may not get to see this depending on what time of year, but it's pretty special as we make our way down to where the actual river crosses, but which is down around here. But yeah, how beautiful is this? Mwah! Oh. So this is where the Margaret River crossing will be. So the Cape to Cape track, just here is where you come out. And because it is a good time of year being summer, you can come around. But at certain times of the year, which would definitely be winter, wouldn't it? You can't. Hey Buffy, she's doing so well. Absolute champion. No whinging, smashing out the day's hiking. Look at this. Beautiful. So we have decided to press on. We've left Preveli. By the way, fantastic meat pies at the Caravan Park's shop. OMG. So that actually gave us another lunch up our sleeve. So we purposefully did stop and eat something so that we weren't consuming a packed lunch that we were carrying.
Guess what? I got an ice cream. a mint chocolate ice cream. Brianna's a little bit excited, and okay, a lot. Says it was the best ice cream she's ever had. So we're now pushing on. It is very warm, but tomorrow's warmer. So we're pushing on today to save ourselves tomorrow a little bit of the heat.
Feeling the heat today. Feeling the heat. Getting back closer to the water so we get that beautiful breeze back. Woohoo! And some more beach walking. Definitely feeling it today, adding this big one on to the smaller one. But beautiful breeze now we're on the beach. Miss B is absolutely pumping. Showing your belly, doll. Awesome. Come to a close on day 4. We're having an issue with power, and I just thought I'd show you this spectacular view. We have gone up and down and up and down so many hills. It's like holy dooly. We've nearly done 30 k's today. I don't recommend that to anyone. There's the fem over there. Bubba has just done amazing. Hats off to Miss B. We've seen 2 monitors and heaps of snake trails, but still no snakes. So that's a great record we'd like to keep. But yes, when we get to the camp, we'll show you the camp, but I'll have to conserve battery for now. Okay, so we're starting day 5. We've just left Conto's campground. Yesterday was a huge day. I can't say, if you have young kids or younger than B, I can't say that you would put them through that 30 k's. Not something we would recommend. But the problem is the track is not set up in segmented sections that make it easy to just do a certain amount per day. So you're going to have to whack in a big one nearly somewhere, unless you're happy to just keep doing babies. So anyway, more about that later. We are on our way today to Hamelin Bay. So we're a bit excited. As you can see, I'm doing some drying on the back of B's pack. And yeah, we're having a good time. We saw a western grey kangaroo yesterday afternoon. And we'll see what wildlife we can spot today. But here we go. So we're just down at Hamelin Bay, and Brianne is meeting her first ray. Aren't they beautiful? They're just literally chilling out on the beach's edge. Amazing. Just beautiful. Oop, didn't want to say hello to you, Dad. How are you feeling after your walk? Yep. Happy to be doing some R&R though, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. That's what everyone does because there's no beer. But look at this beautiful area, Hamelin Bay. Okay, so this is bag bowl number 2. This is the one that was actually fried before dehydrating, not boiled. We had the boiled one last night, but power, we had no power, couldn't video it for you. It was okay, it lacked a bit of spice. I would have liked to have had maybe a bit more beef taste, so I'll be really interested to actually try this one, which was fried first, not boiled. So just the 2 different methods, okay? So you just pour water on till you cover the top of the contents, plus a little bit more, particularly because this one has the pasta sauce, which is what you can see on top. You really want to make sure you've got enough liquid in there, and then you just stir it all through when it heats up. So we're going to go right over the top. A bit more. Yep, okay, so then we're just going to leave that sit for a good 10 minutes, just while we're getting ourselves ready from coming back from the beach, and then we'll cook her up. Okay, so this is the finished product. So obviously we've added vermicelli to that, which has just beefed it up that little bit, sorry for the pun. But yeah, everything looks exactly as it should, and we are getting ready to tuck in. Okay, so bear in mind this is 5 days in, so it could be a little bit cleaner on the floor. This is what we took. Sleeping bag. One sleeping bag for Brett and I. A sleeping sheet or liner. Sleeping bag for Bub. And at night time, all our packs get lined up on the left-hand side with the clothes that we're going to wear in the morning. All the water has been filled, ready to take off, because we are starting at about 5. We get up at about 5:30, and we're aiming to leave by about at the latest sort of 6:30 at the moment. So there we go. All of the containers for each of the things get put into the side pockets. Everything is like clockwork, because it has to be, because you're trying to move quickly, quietly, and at the very early hours of the morning. So as we commence day 6, this is Hamelin Bay. There's toilets over here and your caravan park over to the side. So as we commence our day 6 hiking, we're pretty pumped. Today's a 9.5 kilometre trail, and tomorrow is about a 15.9, and we're done. So far, only a blister on Bub, which we dealt with because she's very good at blister management, identifying it, making sure it's clear, clean, and looked after, and it's healed itself. Can you believe it? Because we spent some time swimming in the ocean and she looked after it properly. So big thumbs up to Bubba for blister management. Cool, yeah. And we're just sitting here looking out over Hamelin Bay. Can you believe we walked that entire coastline? That is mad. All right, it's probably too windy to hear, so we make our way on day 6. Woohoo! Look at this amazing view. Like, wow. It's these little gems, even on a 9.5 like today, that just make you so incredibly lucky to see this type of landscape and be in Australia. And this is what happens when Brett leaves us alone to do a water run up to Deep Dean camp so we can keep going. Mum and Bubby, get busy. This is a very rough attempt at a Van Gogh Starry Night, one of Brianne's favourites.
And that was my mum.
And this is a dog, clearly very talented drawing. Look at this beautiful nature at its best. Waterfall off the ocean, off the rocks. Just magic. Closing in on the home stretch.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
And this is how we roll on our second last day. Enjoying the water while we're hiking.
We can sit
Having fun, honey? Who said 130 Ks had to be hard work? Nearly there.
in the great outdoors.
Hi everyone, Cake and Eat at 3, and we are at our last campsite, which is pretty friggin' awesome. Look at this. And our best bit is over the ocean. And we have just been sitting here reflecting on what an amazing trip we've had. There was nearly a flygate scandal. There are a lot of flies. So I guess a big tip,
Everybody,
take a fly net.
yes, take a fly net.
There was a few moments of we didn't know which way it was going to go. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, I know.
It was
There were
pretty scary.
tears. Then there were dead
couldn't have
flies.
been
And there were
from
lots of
there.
dead flies.
in the great outdoors. Forever
As we close out our last day of our Cape to Cape adventure, it's a little bit bittersweet because we're going to miss all this wonderful time together. But here we go. Let's bring it home to the light.